The Galactic Academy Xenobiology classroom was enveloped in a hushed awe as Liana Martinez entered through the fortified doorway. Two enormous tiger cubs lounged over her shoulders like vibrant, living accessories. Their amber eyes scanned the room with a relaxed interest, while their deep purr resonated through the atmosphere, prompting several of the more delicate species to withdraw behind their shields. Professor Kethvar, a notable Zenthari with shimmering scales that now danced anxiously between green and yellow, gazed at the human exchange student, his forearms moving wildly as he tried to comprehend what he was observing. "Miss Martinez," he started, his voice resonating with the characteristic clicking nuances of his kind. "When I tasked each student with bringing a predator from their homeworld for our comparative study, I anticipated maybe a holographic projection or a small specimen in a containment unit." Liana smiled, her bright white teeth shining in a manner that caused half the class to instinctively retreat. She carefully picked up one of the cubs, which easily weighed over 100 pounds, and held it as if it were a large house cat. The being reacted by gently nuzzling her neck with affection. "Allow me to introduce you to Sasha and Boris," she said, with a bright smile. "They are Siberian tigers, approximately 6 months in age. Rest assured they are well-fed and socialized." Raza, her human friend and fellow exchange student, followed her in, holding what looked like multiple containers of meat and a bag filled with toys. His dark eyes glimmered with delight as he observed the reactions of their classmates. In contrast to numerous other species, humans had discovered a way to appreciate the galaxy's ongoing tendency to undervalue them. 6 months? Squeaked Piptel, a diminutive Corin whose entire body was no larger than one of the cub's paws. "What is their maximum size?" "Oh, these little guys will eventually grow to about 10 feet long and weigh around 600 pounds, Liana said nonchalantly, scratching behind Boris's ears. The cub's purr grew stronger, a noise detected by seismic instruments 3 levels below. Chaos erupted in the classroom. Multiple species promptly triggered their emergency beacon systems, while others started plotting escape routes. The Vorak delegate, infamous across the galaxy as one of the most dreaded warrior races, unexpectedly lost consciousness. Professor Kethvar's scales had transitioned to a dark red, a hue his species associated with impending death situations. "Miss Martinez, you cannot just— These are top predators. What methods do you use to manage them?" Liana appeared truly perplexed. "Manage them? I have no control over them. We are friends." She placed Sasha on the ground, and the large cub instantly started playfully wrestling with Boris. Their movements are elegant, even considering their size. Tigers possess remarkable intelligence and deep emotional capacity. When you show them respect and understanding, they will reciprocate accordingly. Raza moved ahead, his tone steady and informative. "I believe the professor is having difficulty grasping the idea of interspecies bonding that doesn't involve dominance hierarchies. On Earth, humans have established alliances with countless species, many of which are predators. Collaborations?" The inquiry originated from Zehai, an insectoid crick whose multifaceted eyes sparkled with scholarly intrigue even in the face of her evident trepidation. "Are you saying you've tamed them?" "Not quite," Liana replied, now perched cross-legged on the floor, while both cubs clambered over her like a lively jungle gym. "Domination suggests that we have altered them to meet our needs. When it comes to big cats like these, the focus is on mutual respect and understanding," she illustrated. "We learn their language, they learn ours, by producing a sequence of chuffs and soft sounds." Both tigers instantly reacted,
their body language transforming into one of focus and warmth. Sasha nudged her large head against Liana's shoulder, while Boris rolled onto his belly, revealing his belly in a gesture of complete trust. "Unthinkable," gasped Professor Kethvar. "Our research on alien biology shows that predator species uphold rigid hierarchical systems. For a lesser, more fragile being to earn the allegiance of a top-tier predator without asserting control. Who claims we're weaker?" Raza spoke up softly. The question lingered in the atmosphere, almost daring a response. Liana rose, her motions graceful and assured, with both cubs beside her like soft sentinels. For the first time, the gathered aliens started to genuinely watch the humans in front of them. Liana's gaze mirrored the intense hunting focus of the tigers next to her. Her movements exhibited a similar poised elegance, a consistent mindfulness of her environment. Her smile was not the innocent look of a creature meant to be hunted. It exuded a self-assured presence, as if it had never experienced the terror of being pursued. On Earth, humans are determined hunters. We don't depend solely on speed or strength. We rely on insight, collaboration, and above all, understanding. We go beyond merely taking down our prey. We get it. We understand its patterns, its fears, its desires. Raza nodded, saying, "The very skills that enabled us to be successful hunters also allowed us to connect with other predators. We recognize what motivates them since, in many respects, we share similarities." "But you're so tiny," Yethal protested, a crystalline being whose species had evolved from herd creatures. Liana's laughter echoed, a blend of warmth and a hint of something unsettling. "It's not all about size. People have taken down mammoths using only sharp sticks in collaboration. We have navigated expansive seas in wooden vessels. We have harnessed fire, divided the atom, and reached for the stars." Noticing the change in atmosphere, the two tiger cubs edged nearer to their human friend, their large shapes forming a clear obstruction between Liana and her classmates. Professor Kethvar said slowly, his scales gradually shifting back toward their normal blue-green, that the remarkable thing about humans isn't just that they've bonded with predators, but rather that the predators have chosen to bond with them. Sasha seized the opportunity to knock Liana down with a spirited head bump, pinning her to the ground underneath 200 pounds of playful tiger energy. Instead of fighting against it, Liana just laughed and started to playfully wrestle with both cubs. Their game transformed the classroom floor into an arena of love and measured chaos. The other students observed with intrigue as this tiny being, the seemingly delicate entity, stood her ground against two of the most formidable predators in the universe, not by means of power or advanced tools, but by pure, authentic camaraderie. As the class period came to a close, Liana collected her eclectic group of friends, while Professor Kethvar jotted something down on his digital pad. The classification of humans as apex predators remains uncertain. Additional research needed. Raza halted at the entrance, glancing back at their astonished peers. "Just wait for next week's assignment on domestic companions," he said with a smile. "Liana's bringing along her dog." The idea of what humans might view as a household pet, after witnessing their perception of controllable predators, triggered immediate panic among several species. As they observed the two tigers trailing their human companion down the corridor with unmistakable loyalty, one thing became evident. In a galaxy teeming with powerful species, few were as formidable as those who could transform their greatest threats into their most devoted allies.